It's hot outside, hot as hell I might add.
One of them ones.
Hey everyone, my name is Sierra and welcome to my channel. Whether this is your first time or you're back for more, I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're doing something fun. Braids. It's hot outside, hot as hell I might add, and nothing better than braids, even though low-key this was a lot of hair. Nothing better than having some braids in your hair so you don't have to worry about your hair. I don't know about you guys, but before these braids, I was doing a slick back for like the last 6, 7, 8, maybe more weeks. So I'm so glad to not have to do my hair and to get very summertime. As you guys know, Love Island is streaming right now, and so despite all the mess that it is, seeing the boho braids on the island, I'm like, I need to be doing this. So the girls, if you are active over on TikTok, you know they're fighting in the braid shops, they're charging an arm and a leg, and I was like, you know what, we can do this at home, because if you know, you know, I'm no stranger to braiding my hair at home. So I decided to put myself up to the challenge. I haven't braided my hair in, no lie, like 2 years, so this was kind of like my first time dipping my feet back in, and I like to say I did a pretty good job. I don't know, you guys can be the judge of that. But before we get into today's video, I wanted to show you guys some of the products that I used, as well as talk about the hair that was sent to me. So thank you so much to ygwigs for sending me the hair to showcase in today's video. So I received 4 bundles of their 24-inch water wave hair, also in double drawn, which I assume just means that it's thick from top to bottom, which I can definitely say the hair is. I will definitely be updating you guys on the upkeep of the hair, but off of first impressions, the hair, when I first dipped it, some dye did come off, and that also happened the second time that I dipped it. So it hasn't happened since I've wet it, but I'll definitely let you guys know as it upkeeps throughout vlogs. Let me know if you guys want, like, y'all remember back in the day when they used to do like 2-week updates, 4-week updates? Let me know if y'all want that, because I definitely plan on getting my time's worth out of these braids, so I will definitely be letting you guys know how the hair holds up. So far it hasn't had any shedding. It has had a bit of tangling, but only when I've been outside like working out and the hair happens to get wet from sweat and different things like that, which honestly is kind of normal. And I also think shedding, especially with boho braids, has a lot more to do with the installation process than the actual hair. So I will put the products that I used on the screen. For the hair, for my actual braiding hair, I ended up using the Spectra Easy Braid, which is one of my favorite brands, especially when I was a braider. I use this on all of my clients because it's hypoallergenic, it's already stretched, and it's really just easy to work with the hair. I'm actually allergic to Kanekalon hair, like the lining stuff on the hair, like how you have to dip it in apple cider vinegar. I have to dip the hair, but I'm not doing all that, so I'd rather just use the Spectra Easy Braid, especially because it's hypoallergenic and I really don't have to worry about it. Let me know if you guys want to see like the care and upkeep and maintenance of the boho braids, but so far I can tell you the products that I've been using. So I have been using the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Leave-In Conditioner, as well as the Anti-Frizz Serum from the line. These two have been really great at maintaining my hair and the curls, and as you can see, they look really moisturized and juicy. These two have really made the hair care process very easy on me, and they're pretty affordable. Besides that, I will show you guys the products that I used in the video, as well as a tutorial. I did not show a knotless braid tutorial in this video because I already have one on my channel and I didn't want this video to be too long, but you guys can check out that video. I'll be sure to put it in the card. And that's how I ended up doing the braiding part, and then I do show you guys the boho aspect of it. I also have a goddess braid tutorial on my channel from a while ago, and the difference is, like with the boho braids, I didn't leave curly ends, but on the goddess braids, it's like curls sticking out and curly ends. That's just what they were called at the time, but I think the terms are used more interchangeably now, especially because that video went up like 4 or 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys at the end. Editing CC here. I wanted to show you guys the products that I use, starting with the Shine and Jam Magic Fingers for Braiders. This gives me a really good shine and grip, followed up with the matching mousse for this collection. Mousse is actually very drying, especially when you have boho braids, so I only recommend this when setting the style. Here is the braiding hair that I use that I talked about in the intro clip, and then as I mentioned before, ygwigs sent me over this hair to showcase for you all, and I ended up getting 24 inches of the double drawn water wave hair. Really love the curl pattern with this, but like I mentioned, there was the issue with a little bit of dye the first couple of times that I dipped it. Something to keep in mind. Also, of course, you're going to want to make sure that you have some clips and a rat tail comb for those extra crispy clean parts. And here is my setup with the braiding hair. I'll link the thread racks below, but this gives you about 40 braids worth of braiding hair. Okay, so I have 1 row left. I've been braiding my hair for 3. This is the 3rd day of braiding, so to say I'm ready to be done is an understatement, but they look so good. I know I told you guys in the intro all the details, but I wanted to give you guys a tutorial of how I did it. So I have 5 braids left. This is what it's looking like right now. Of course, you know, we have to dip it to find the curls. I did like pretty small braids. They're not super small. They're not micros, but they are pretty small. I tend to like smaller braids on myself, and I blow dry my hair to the texture of braiding hair, not bone straight. I'm going to part my hair to my desired like square size. I have a very detailed knotless braid tutorial on my channel, which I will put in the card section. So if you want to see an in-depth how to actually do knotless braids, I would definitely recommend going to watch that video. I also show you how to like add hair in to make the hair longer or the braid longer. But I'm going to start off my braid with a little bit of the gel braiding pomade. I'm gonna add in the hair. Okay, so for boho braids, I like there, especially in the front of my face, I like for there, sorry, I'm looking at the mirror behind you. I like for there to be some curly pieces towards the top a bit. But when you're doing your braids yourself, it's hard to get the angle to add them in closer to the top. So I wait until I can braid down a bit and switch my hand around. Now it's easier for me to add the human hair like this, especially because human hair is slippery. So that's also something to consider. I'm gonna take a piece of human hair, and typically at the top of the bundle, there's a straight piece. That's the piece that you want to be in the braid. I'm gonna put it between my ring finger and my middle finger to add to the braid that's like this, so that the next piece is coming over to secure that piece of hair. So it's like outside here, you're wrapping this under like you're doing a plait, so now it'll seamlessly go into the braid. And then I like to pull it down just to make sure that all the curl is out and it's just the straight piece in the braid. Then I take some more of that pomade from earlier and I slick the straight hair in with the braiding hair to make it a little bit more seamless, because the hair is so silky, like it's easy to slip out. I'm gonna keep braiding a few rotations with the human hair in is gonna secure it a little bit more and help reduce shedding. Then I'm gonna take the human hair and I'm gonna pull it out, stick it underneath, and keep braiding. But I'm also still braiding in that straight piece that was at the top of the hair to secure it even more. And I'm gonna braid down just like a normal, you know, braid. Right towards the end of the length of my hair is where I'm gonna add in another human hair piece. In each piece, I've been putting about 4 to 5 pieces of hair. I've been putting 5 pieces in like the areas that are like the braids in the front. So like these first single braids have 5 pieces in them, just because I know that there's a lot of styles that I might want the pieces in the front to stick out of. So if I do a half up, half down with some tendrils, I want it to have a little extra hair there so that it looks fuller with the tendrils out. But once you get further down the braid, it's easier to add in the hair. So I'm gonna take another piece, move it down to where the straight part is, and now you can add it underneath, so like this. A lot easier to continue braiding. I'm gonna once again take the pomade, slick down the human hair, do a few rotations with it in. The one thing that's really difficult for me is this human hair looks like my natural hair blown out when a little bit of water hits it. So be sure that you're pulling out the human hair, because I do have a braid in my hair that's like actually my hair sticking out. And if that happens to you, you can just take a crochet needle and like crochet your hair back to the top. But I'm going to continue braiding, and once again that straight piece that's at the top of the human hair piece is getting braided in, which is securing the hair into the braid. If you want to secure your hair a little bit more towards the end, you can add a little bit of pomade, but not too much, because you don't want it to be not like flowy, if that makes sense. So right about down here, for reference, my braiding hair is 36 inches. Right around down here, I'm gonna add another piece of human hair, loop that in underneath and over my pointer finger. So like over my pointer finger, this is holding the straight part, that's the curly part. Continue braiding. Take some of that pomade, slick it in with the braiding hair, take the human hair out, take a metal clip and just clip it up so it's out the way, and you can keep braiding down. And because I want the ends to be curly, like full of curls, I'm going to put another braid towards the end. And down there, it's really helpful to use the pomade so that you don't have human hair pieces sticking out and it's not really secure. So I'm adding my human hair piece with this much hair length left, going between my thumb and my pointer finger, slipping that underneath and then wrapping it over my pointer finger. Continue braiding. When I say pull it so that only the straight piece is in the braid, I mean, take the longer piece, pull it so that you see the human hair moving down. Blend that in with the braiding hair, smoothing it out. I'm gonna do a few rotations. I like to do a few more rotations with the curly piece in the braid at the bottom just to make sure it's super secure because the hair down there is a little bit thinner on pre-stretched hair. Then I'm gonna take the curly piece, take another metal clip, clip that, and then I'm going to continue braiding it the rest of the way down. It's literally just me braiding it. Now that it's done, I'm going to take the metal clips out and pull it out from the top that was holding it. And this is what it looks like. So there's a piece right here, piece right here, piece right here, and piece right here. And I'm gonna use a rod to curl the straight end. On some of the pieces where I added this human hair piece lower, just to make it like not super thick in one area, like layer where you add the pieces in, I used nail glue. I used the Beauty Secrets nail glue from Sally Beauty. Added that on the end and just let it dry. And that's especially if I wasn't able to braid the human hair piece all the way down. I'll just do it on this braid for like demonstration. But I added it around, all the way around the braid, and then I just let it dry. And then it'll be stuck together. This is also a very, very strong nail glue. It's the nail glue that went viral on TikTok for like staying on for 30 days. So it's very strong, very hard to get off actually, off your nails. But this looks like this. I'm gonna let this glue dry a little bit more. So then once this is dry and I hold the braid down, when it's down, these curly pieces are gonna cascade to really hide this straight piece in case you don't wanna curl them with a perm rod. But I've done it on my previous clients without curling them for some of them. That's what they requested, and it still turns out cute because there's a lot of curly hair at the bottom. But yeah, that's the tutorial. I'm gonna do a few more braids just so you guys can see what the process looks like. So adding in this first curly hair piece underneath at the top, adding in the second curly hair piece, I added in the third curly hair piece. Okay, so that's the second braid. I would definitely say if you're doing your hair, play this video while you're doing your hair. That's what I would do when I was learning to braid. I would play the video while I was doing my hair and follow along with them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I will also be sure to update you guys on the upkeep of the hair throughout my braid process. I'm doing a lot of traveling coming up soon, so that should also be a good test for the hair. But yeah, I don't know, I think we kind of bodied it. Let me stand up so y'all can really just like, I think it was well worth saving like almost $1,000 considering that's what people are charging for these braids nowadays. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye girl.